Have you ever read a book as a kid that just stuck with you? A story so comforting and full of adventure that you wish you could live inside its pages. For millions of us, that book was the Boxcar Children. Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane to rediscover the timeless magic of Henry, Jessie, Violet, and Benny Alden, and the little red boxcar they called home. This beloved series began with a single book published in 1924, written by a first-grade teacher named Gertrude Chandler Warner. She once said she wrote the story because she had often thought that an old boxcar would make her. Wonderful Playhouse. What she created was so much more than that. It was a story about resilience, family, and the simple joys of life. The story starts with four orphan siblings: Henry, the responsible older brother; Jessie, the clever and resourceful sister; Violet, the gentle and artistic one; and little Benny, the youngest, who loves his cracked pink cup more than anything. After their parents' death, they hear they're to be sent to live with their grandfather, a man they've never met and believe to be cruel. Fearing they'll be separated, they decide to run away. Their journey is filled with uncertainty, but they face it together. They find shelter in an old, abandoned boxcar in the woods. And this is where the magic truly begins. They don't just survive. They create a home. Jessie finds a dump where they can salvage treasures. They collect dishes, make beds out of pine needles, and even build a swimming pool by damming a nearby brook. What's so captivating is how they turn hardship into an adventure. They're a team. Henry finds work in a nearby town, doing odd jobs for Dr. Moore to earn money for food. Jessie takes on the role of the homemaker, organizing their boxcar and cooking their simple meals over an open fire. Violet gathers wildflowers to beautify their home. And Benny, well, Benny is the heart of the group, always curious and full of wonder. The book is filled with these wonderfully simple and satisfying details. The sound of the waterfall, the taste of the bread and milk Henry brings home, the warmth of the fire. Warner's writing makes you feel like you're right there with them, sharing their secrets and their triumphs. It teaches a powerful lesson, that with creativity and cooperation, you can make a home anywhere, as long as you have family. One of the most memorable parts of the story is their resourcefulness. They find a use for everything. A rusty jackknife becomes a vital tool, and old tablecloth becomes a curtain. They even get a dog, Watch, who becomes their loyal protector. These details aren't just charming. They show kids that you don't need a lot of material things to be happy. What truly matters is ingenuity, hard work, and the love you have for one another. Of course, the shadow of their grandfather looms over them. They live in constant, low-level fear of being found. The suspense builds when Violet gets sick. Henry, desperate, goes to Dr. Moore for help. This is the turning point. Dr. Moore is a kind man who becomes fascinated by these independent children living in the woods. He helps them without betraying their secret. But secrets can't last forever. The doctor eventually discovers that their grandfather, James Henry Alden, has been searching for them relentlessly, and it turns out the rumors were wrong. Their grandfather isn't cruel at all. He's a wealthy, lonely man who is desperate to find his lost grandchildren. The reunion is one of the most heartwarming moments in children's literature. Alden is overjoyed to find them safe. And when he sees the home they've built in the boxcar, he's not angry. He's amazed by their courage and independence. He doesn't want to erase their experience. He wants to honor it. So, in a grand, loving gesture, he brings the boxcar to his own backyard. It's no longer a shelter of necessity, but a symbol of their journey. A permanent playhouse where the memories of their adventure can live on forever. The children finally have a real home, filled with love and security. But they never lose the spirit of the boxcar. Gertrude Chandler Warren originally wrote the 1924 version with a simpler, more direct style. But it was the revised 1942 edition that became the classic we know and love today. The language was updated, the vocabulary was simplified, and it was deliberately tailored to be an easy and engaging read for young children. This is why it became such a staple in classrooms and libraries. It's often one of the first chapter books a child reads on their own, giving them a huge sense of accomplishment. The success of the first book was so immense that it spawned a massive series. While Warner wrote the first 19 books herself, the series has since grown to over 160 titles written by various authors, all continuing the adventures of the olden children. They solve mysteries, travel to new places, and always stick together. So why has the Boxcar Children endured for a century? I think it's because it speaks to a universal childhood fantasy, the idea of living on your own, making your own rules, and having a grand adventure without any adults. But it balances this fantasy with a deep sense of security. Even when they're on their own, the old ones are never truly alone. They have each other. The story is an ode to siblinghood. It's also a story about capability. It shows young readers that children are smart, strong, and capable of incredible things. They can solve problems, care for one another, and build a life for themselves. This is an incredibly empowering message for a young reader. Looking back, The Boxcar Children is more than just a story. It's a feeling. It's the warmth of a family bond, the thrill of independence, and the comfort of finding your way home. It taught us that home isn't just a place with a roof. It's the people you share it with. And that sometimes the greatest treasures aren't bought in a store, but found in a junkyard and brought to life with a little bit of imagination. What are your favorite memories of the Boxcar Children? Did you have a favorite character? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this little trip into a literary classic, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.